Ever notice how getting down to 20% body fat is relatively easy, but that last stretch to 15% feels impossible? I've coached hundreds of busy men who stalled right there until they ditched the usual. Just cut carbs, do intermittent fasting, or even go carnivore. So in this video, I'm going to show you the smartest way to finally break that barrier and hit 15% body fat before 2026 without giving up your favorite foods. Most men use methods that are way off. Digital scales like this can be wrong by 5 to 8%. In my experience, even as high as 13%. In-body machines give you a fancy printout, but they're not much better. Even the industry's beloved DEXA scan can vary by 4 to 5%. James, a surgeon I coach, paid £250 for a DEXA scan that said he had 17% body fat, yet he had no abs. His photos told the truth, closer to 22%. The problem? Trusting numbers over what you can actually see. Here's the truth. Your mirror and camera are your most reliable tools. Your eyes don't lie. At 20% body fat, expect visible belly fat, some chest and arm softness, no real ab definition, but you'll look healthy in clothes. At 15%, you'll see most of your abs, some arm veins, minimal chest fat, and clear muscle groups. If you're still unsure what your body fat is right now, use the free US Navy body fat calculator, just neck, waist, and height. It's not perfect, but in my opinion, visuals are your best estimate, and this can help if you're struggling with the visuals. So focus on visual changes, not just numbers. Now, once you have your starting point, this is the first thing you need to do. You've hit 20% body fat, now your old calorie deficit stops working. Your maintenance calories drop as you get leaner. What worked at 30% won't work at 20%. Now you have less body mass that expends less energy, not because your metabolism or insulin levels. Think of calories like your monthly budget. When your income drops, your spending habits have to change. Your body works in the same way. Less income means you need a more precise plan. Dan, 43, sales director, hit a plateau at 21% body fat on 2,000 calories. Instead of slashing like crazy, we tracked precisely, recalculated his new maintenance, and set a meaningful deficit. He broke his plateau in 10 days and reached 15% body fat in 14 weeks, never going below 1,700 calories. Small food swaps made the difference. 3 eggs with butter for 2 eggs, 1 white, some spray oil, saving 110 calories. Latte for a black coffee with a splash of milk, saving 120 calories. 300 grams of pasta for 120 grams of pasta, 200 grams of courgette, saving around 110 calories. The key, as you get leaner, recalculate your deficit, make small, smart changes. Precision beats drastic cuts. But remember, you want to make this calorie deficit feel a lot more sustainable, and here's how to do it. Protein and fiber are non-negotiable when cutting, period. Especially when you're going from 20 to 15% body fat. Protein preserves muscle in a deficit. Think of it like bricklaying. Workouts lay the bricks. Protein is the building material. Sleep is the cement. Miss any part and your results are compromised. It also makes sure you don't quit due to hunger. Take my client David, 36, 187 pounds. Thought he was eating high protein, but was only getting 90 grams a day. By 2 p.m. every day, he was so hungry, he could barely focus. We bumped him to 160 to 180 grams a day by making protein a focus of every meal, 50 to 60 grams per meal. Suddenly, his deficit was a fair bit more manageable. Then we did what most people miss, bump fiber to 30 to 35 grams daily. His deficit suddenly felt significantly easier, and he managed to dip to 15% body fat in 14 weeks. Fiber supports digestion and massively reduces hunger. The easiest way to increase fiber? Add 1 to 2 fist-sized portions of vegetables to every meal and 2 to 3 pieces of fruit a day. Prioritizing protein and fiber will make your deficit feel a lot more sustainable. You'll also look and feel better. While protein will help keep your muscle to a point, you'll still lose muscle if you're not training to build it. Let me explain. Most men make the same mistake when trying to get lean. They switch to weight circuits and HIIT to burn more calories. It's like renovating a house by only removing furniture and stripping away walls without reinforcing the structure or adding any quality finishes. You've technically made the space bigger, but it's a far cry from that magazine cover you had in mind. Your training should instead focus on building muscle, even though there will be a point where you're just maintaining. The intention to build needs to be there regardless. Progressive strength training is what preserves the muscle or builds the muscle that gives you the shape at 15% body fat, the structural elements that transform your physique from merely smaller to genuinely impressive. After all, there's a reason estate agents don't advertise surprisingly empty as a selling point. Alex, 38, was doing 5 HIIT sessions and 5 weight circuits a week. He was training hard, but the scale was not budging. We switched him to 4 strength training sessions: push, pull, upper and legs. 8 to 12K steps daily. Clear progression, adding weight or reps every 1 to 2 weeks. 2 to 3 minutes rest between sets, tracking every set in real time. He lost 24 pounds in 12 weeks. Strength went up on every lift. He gained muscle and he finally reached 15% body fat by week 14. You can do the same by following these key principles. Train each muscle 2 to 3 times a week. Focus on 6 to 15 reps per set most of the time. Rest 2 to 3 minutes between sets. Track and try and beat last week's numbers. Keep intensity high, finishing each rep very close to failure. Bottom line, keep training progressive and focused. Don't lower your standards just because you're in a deficit. That's how you reach 15% body fat and actually look 15%. The final step is a given and something you need to do. Think of fat loss like managing a business dashboard. You wouldn't judge a company's performance on revenue alone, at least we hope not. You'd look at multiple KPIs, sales, customer retention, profit margins, and growth metrics. Your body transformation dashboard needs multiple indicators, weekly weight averages, not just daily fluctuations, waist measurements at the navel every 2 weeks, I would say, progress photos, again, every 2 weeks in consistent lighting. And of course, your strength performance, preferably tracked on an app. You can track on a notepad, that's up to you. When all or even most of these move in the right direction, you know your strategy is working. Just as a smart executive doesn't panic over one bad sales day, you shouldn't stress about normal weight fluctuations when the overall dashboard shows positive trends from 20% to 15% body fat. Breaking through from 20% to 15% body fat isn't about more willpower. It's about building systems using the tools I have given you. Most men struggle through hunger and fatigue, then crash and blame their age or even carbs. But my most successful clients, CEOs, directors, high performers, win because they set up systems that make the right choices feel automatic. Think of cutting to 15% like managing a retirement portfolio. You don't obsess over daily market fluctuations. You set up automatic contributions, diversify properly, and trust the long-term strategy. The system generates results when you focus on living your life. Gareth, 45, was stuck at 22% for years, doing daily HIIT sessions and eating clean, healthy meals. We set up his system, decision rules, having gym access when traveling or bringing bands, basing all meals around protein and veg, no more snacks, max 2 beers and water in between. Environment, Sunday shop, home gym sessions first thing in the morning, easy go-to protein options with tracking, weekly averages, photos every 2 weeks, strength tracked in an app in real time. Results, Gareth hit 15% in 16 weeks and he's maintained it since. because the system became his lifestyle. The smartest approach to 15% body fat boils down to three main things: precision, accurate tracking, calculated deficit, optimal protein. Progression, consistent strength training with clear targets. Process, systems that remove decision fatigue and make success feel automatic. Don't rely on willpower. Build systems that do the heavy lifting for you. The difference between men who successfully reach 15% body fat and those who don't isn't genetics or supplements. It's their approach. Precise, systematic, and sustainable. Like compound interest, consistency yields exponential results over time. Small daily habits accumulate dramatically when applied consistently. I've guided hundreds of busy men over 30 through this exact transition using the framework I've shared today. Men who thought their metabolism was broken or that visible abs weren't on their genetic cards. If you're ready to finally break through that 20% barrier, I can help. I will personally guide you to 15% body fat. The link to apply is in the description below. Hit subscribe, and if you want to make sure you have abs when you hit 15% body fat, watch this video next. I'll see you there.